pretty impressed how the sea legs have sprouted.
We're currently in like a pseudo storm squall thing.
This anchorage is really, really nice and peaceful and calm and just wonderful.
Oh my God.
That's gonna be her high school graduation picture. Over the last several years, we have entered countries. A lot of countries.
We're now gone through the Moldovan side of the entry into Transnistria, and at this point, we're like in no man's land.
As a family, we always celebrated the moment.
We're in Albania!
It's still raining!
You would think that we would have gotten really good at it, even though it did not always go as planned.
So, half an hour later, we get stuck at the Ukraine border.
Okay,
That's a phrase I never thought would ever come out of my mouth.
But now that we are traveling by sea, there are a whole new set of rules to get used to. And we are finding out real quick that once you think you know it all, you never do. If you leave your fenders out, it's considered a novice thing. Unless, of course, you're in the Balearics where people are anchored on top of each other and you want to put your fenders out because it's inevitable that someone will hit you at some point.
And then it's a pro move.
And then it's a pro move, exactly. We are on the final leg of a 500 nautical mile sail from Martinique to Curaçao. With COVID protocols still in place and obstacles to go through to get checked in, we have entered a new realm of the sailing world that we were not expecting. Okay, it's now been 3 weeks that we've been looking for customs and immigration. Join us as we continue our sailing journey in the Caribbean and arrive at Spanish waters in Curaçao. What do you think? First impressions of this place, Avalon?
It is very pretty.
It is very pretty, isn't it? Thank you so much to our patrons whose support make these episodes possible.
Good morning from Friendship. It is shift change time again. And I'm relieving Jessica. Good morning.
Oh boy, that's a bright light.
What's going on?
So, uneventful. So the wind is like hovering around 16, 17 knots, but gusting up to 21, 22. So we're not at reefing point yet. It's given us some really great speed. We're averaging between 7 and 8 knots. High 6s to high 7s, basically. Which I think is really great. We said we were in a current, so that's probably part of it. And then just to update you on what's going on around us, we actually have a freighter off our port over there, which I can't see yet, and then 2 squalls in the same area. But the way the wind's going, those squalls have been there for a while, and it's kind of just keeps kind of pushing us, not like in the same direction, but they're not coming towards us.
What podcast were you listening to?
I was listening to not a podcast. I'm listening to a book about a woman who walked around the world.
You ready for bed?
I'm ready for bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love you.
Blue dew, blue moon, kind of mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking bullshit.
Have we hit that point in our sailing career that you guys can actually do schoolwork while we're underway?
Yes. No.
Avalon's like falling asleep over here. Okay. Avalon says no. Largo, yes?
Yes, absolutely.
Are you just watching a movie over there?
No. You were earlier.
I was taking a break.
Huh?
What schoolwork are you doing, Largo?
Right now I'm doing web design.
Web design. How about you, Avalon?
Economics and lesson planning.
And, oh, look who's over here. Another student. What are you studying today, Mr. Will?
I'm editing a vlog. I never thought possible that I can look at a horizon that goes like this and this and this, and still focus on editing something that's going to go out in a few days. I'm pretty impressed how the sea legs have sprouted and turned into almost like roots going to the ground.
They're gonna be gone one minute.
That was a very weird metaphor.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. That just
Dad gets inspiration at sea. Roots going into the
and
ocean.
trees.
There are no roots in the ocean, Dad.
They're pretty long roots.
No.
I got like 5 mile long legs.
Huh? Okay, they're back there now.
Exactly. How's it going, Largo?
Good. We're currently in like a pseudo storm squall thing, but basically very high winds.
And how far away are we from Curaçao?
Right now from Bonaire, we're about 6 nautical miles. But from Curaçao, I think we're around 10, 11.
Nothing like a nice long finish that's rough and tumbly to our final destination?
Yeah. But the annoying thing is, when we get to Curaçao, it'll be probably around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, but we're not gonna anchor. So we're just gonna sit there floundering around. Looks like it, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was at 4 in the morning.
How are you feeling?
I feel terrible.
So it's normal.
I feel terrible. I felt so good this morning, but I feel pretty bad right now. But I'm okay because I'm guarding the fishing line just in case we see a fish. We're just gonna throw the line out.
So you have it. Protect us from the ravaged sea.
Will not move this fishing pole from this spot. I don't care if I start puking. He's like, it has to stay in this spot right here. He's very protective of
You never know. You might see marlin.
Mr. Fishy. We're gonna call your fishing line Mr. Fishy.
Listen,
Is Wi-Fi working?
No.
That looks like your email.
Yeah, it is my email, but nothing's coming in.
Those look like new emails.
No, those are emails that didn't get read.
That also looks like a WhatsApp message.
Really?
It says now.
No, I have something wrong with my phone, and it like says.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. There's no.
wait,
I'm
is there
serious.
Wi-Fi?
No, there's not Wi-Fi, guys. Don't lose your shirt.
Avalon already lost her shirt.
As the night went on, we had to circle the southern edge of Curaçao to get to our marina berth in Spanish waters, which took us till just after midnight. The winds got up above 30 knots at the tip, but the signs of life became apparent once we got there.
Welcome to Curaçao.
Woo! So it is my shift right now, but Will is out here with me. Normally he would be sleeping because he's been doing the 2 to 5, 2 to 6 shift. Oh,
But the 2 to 6 shift is going to be replaced with a
sleep to shift.
sleeping shift.
So basically, the Coast Guard just called and they wanted to ask us a couple questions. Are we vaccinated? Do we have a PCR? Have we been in this marina before? Because apparently, and Will and I noticed this on the chart, it looks like a very tiny and complicated canal to get in there. So he suggested that we anchor outside for the night and then maneuver our way in the morning, which is totally fine with us because the marina's not open and we're exhausted. So ideally, we don't like to anchor in the middle of the night in an area we're not familiar with, but there seems to be a lot of light pollution. I think we'll be okay, and we're both dying for some sleep. So
The marina that we're going to, we have to go in through this little passageway right over there, and then the marina's over here. So it's like this really just confusing channel they have to go through.
it's more than a half an inch wide.
It looks it looks okay, and I think once inside we're gonna be happy that we're in there. It is kind of gusty out here.
It is kind of gusty out here. I will say I had a little poop my pants moment because I came on my shift, and the second I came on my shift, we had some reefs in, so it wasn't a big deal. But just as I was switching places in Avalon, the wind went up to 30, and it was like blowing us all around. And I was, still kind of adjusting to being out here, and I was kind of scared. But now it's calmed down. Will's a good captain. He took care of business.
Sailing vessel Friendship is Dutch Caribbean Coast Guard.
Dutch Caribbean Coast
We're
Guard.
heading the wrong direction towards coordinates over.
Oh,
We're heading the wrong direction? To the anchorage?
I believe I should be heading more towards into land at this point. Is that correct? I was about to make a turn more easterly in just a moment.
Coast Guard. Okay, proceed on over.
This is sailing vessel Friendship. Thank you, Dutch Caribbean Coast Guard. Friendship back to 16.
I love that they're watching us. Never in my life have I wanted someone to watch what we're doing until in the middle of the night, coming into a new anchorage.
I know. It's
Very efficient.
it's almost like having a weather router on VHF. Except for now we have an anchor router.
Okay, should we make some oatmeal before we go to bed? What do you think?
Oh,
Are you hungry?
I'm a little hungry.
I'm a little hungry
I
too.
could use a sandwich.
I could go for a hot croissant lunch. Good morning from Curaçao. It is a very early 6:30 in the morning. We arrived at 2 a.m. You guys saw that the Coast Guard helped us get in, which we were so grateful for because coming into an anchorage in the middle of the night is never ideal, and that would have not been part of our plan. However, yesterday we had a monumental day. We did what more mileage than Friendship has ever done in a 24-hour period. We had 170 nautical miles in 24-hour period, which left us here, got us here very early. And it's not like being in an RV where you can say, well, let's just pull into this rest stop and sleep for a couple hours. You're out in the middle of the ocean. It was windy. It was a bit swelly. So luckily we were able to anchor here in this lovely spot last night. This anchorage is really, really nice and peaceful and calm and just wonderful. As much as we'd love to stay here for just a couple days after a 4-day passage and just chill, recharge, we cannot, because we actually have PCR tests to get into Curaçao, and we have an appointment for that at 8:30. So how it works if you come into Curaçao at present day on a boat, they don't care if you come in with a PCR test. You need to have your COVID vaccines, but once you arrive, they require you to do one of their PCR tests. So it's $85 per, is it euros? 85 euros, right? Well, it's dollars. $85 per person times 4 of us, and then we get the results, I believe, within I think 6 to 12 hour period. So we are allowed to come into the marina, but then we have to quarantine in our boat until we have the results, which is fine because we're all really tired and we have a lot of work to catch up on. So let's get going.
No one told me it would get this bad. I push it down before I lose my head.
There we go.
I'm looking out for a place to rest.
Oh, it's
Things I
warm.
would have done to be back again.
Finally warm water. Yes, Margo.
Wow.
Are you bleeding? Like I'm bleeding. Remember life so easy back then.
Oatmeal.
Thank you.
Oh wow, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Oh wow.
So we go through this little windy road, it seems like, which is all laden by resorts, and it looks like there's a bunch of docks here. But what it empties into is this gorgeous, almost like lagoon of incredible anchorages. And if we would have gotten here last night, just after the marina closed but before the sun went down, we could have actually taken harbor in here, and it's one of the most sheltered, one of the most beautiful anchorages you can find that is like next to civilization. I cannot wait to see if when we do get back, we do spend a night or two around here, because I imagine that this is the most tranquil place on the planet to be.
You think you can anchor here?
Yeah, I think you can anchor right over there. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Last night was pretty nice. I mean, we were so damn tired. I could have been.
I'm excited to see what this thing has to offer us, because it's beautiful.
And that is a really old ship.
Is that our next boat? The Santa Maria.
I suspect it's just a recreation.
You think so?
Yeah, but that'd be cool. That'd be cool if it was an old ship. That's our next ship.
Robert, how are you? This is Sailing Vessel Friendship.
Yeah, very well. You are approaching our dock at this time. Stay on your, just keep on coming and I'll guide you in.
Roger that. This is Sailing Vessel Friendship standing by at channel 67. Thank you. Over.
Roger that? Is that what you're supposed to say? You watched too many movies in the 80s. Hang on, big boy.
I'm
10-4.
as long as we communicate, that's okay.
And since Avalon was up last night helping us at 2 in the morning, she got to sleep in this morning and we just woke her up. You awake?
No.
No?
Sleepwalking.
Sleepwalking. You're sleep sailing, Avalon.
Yeah.
Or you're sleep docking. What do you think? First impressions of this place, Avalon?
It is very pretty.
It is very pretty, isn't it? Very relaxing. And what's the best part of where we're docked right now?
That they said they can turn around a PCR test in like 6 hours.
Okay.
So once it's done, they said hopefully after lunch we're free to walk about, which I'm ready to walk about. This
Can't
place is
wait.
gorgeous.
Yep. Avalon, what do you think the best thing is about where we're docked right now?
I don't know. I like the little mangrove islands over there, but there doesn't seem too much. It's just like very large
Very
houses.
nature. Okay. So you guys are gonna be very surprised at my favorite part about where we're docked right now. We do not need the passerelle, and we don't have to jump 85 feet because Will doesn't want to put the passerelle out.
I hate that passerelle.
I know.
If you're fit enough to be on this boat without having to jump we have to use a passerelle, then you can be crew and go across the Pacific with us.
So basically, this is Will's thing. If you're over 70, he'll put that passerelle out for you. Otherwise, he doesn't care how many feet there's between the back of our scoop and the dock, you're gonna have to jump it. It doesn't matter if you're pregnant. It doesn't matter if you have a broken leg. It doesn't matter if you're feeling sick. Your ass is gonna jump. And he's probably not gonna try and pull it even closer with the lines. You're just gonna have to jump. Okay, so what would be a necessary point that we would need the passerelle, in your opinion?
No.
Like if we're bringing on boxes and we have to be stable,
Okay.
and it's got to be a big box.
It was actually funny when we were doing the provisioning and the kids were walking the plank with the box. You mysteriously were not around when all those groceries arrived.
I chose the right moment to go back to the chandlery.
Yeah, I see a pattern here for sure.
Shortly after our arrival, the PCR tests that the marina scheduled for us were administered, and as much as no one wants to get a cotton swab shoved up their nose, the local team had that island vibe, which made it almost enjoyable to get the test done. Almost.
Yeah, water.
Just that one.
That's quite a way to wake up in the morning, isn't it?
Right? We've had like 4 hours of sleep.
How you feeling, Avalon?
I'm good.
Ready to tackle the day?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
As we waited for our results, we had to stay by the boat, which meant Avalon and I got to go back to school, and for the parents, they got to set up.
So Will is very, oops, almost fell. He's very proud of our water situation. So each time we get to a new location, he does this.
Testing the pH and the parts per million, and I test to make sure that every single drop that goes into our bodies is safe and ready to sort of consume and not kill us. We've learned that the Caribbean islands and the European islands like Curaçao, like Martinique, are excellent, and we saw that over in Martinique as well. The water is better than bottled water, and what we're seeing here
Was Martinique the best we'd ever had? Isn't that what
in
you
any
said?
marina, without question. We've learned that other Caribbean islands may not be so good, so instead we have a water purifier, which is a 2 system. One is minerals and the other one is carbon. No, this is the minerals and this is the carbon. And essentially what this does is it takes the impurities and makes it good, and we take it from the marina water to the inside so that the water going inside our tanks are good.
So definitely in order is us doing a vlog about what we do when we land in a marina. We have about probably an hour if we all work together of getting everything set up and taken care of and Will's water situation done. That makes him very happy when he tests the water. He runs to tell all of us how good it is or how bad it is, which I'm grateful for because I don't want to drink crappy water, right? I am the only one on the crossing who did not shower. I am disgusting. We are still waiting for our PCR results, so as soon as we get those, I'll go hop in a marina shower. I guess I could get one in our boat, but marina showers are more fun. Good morning, everyone. So, are you ready for this? We arrived yesterday after 4 days of sailing and a night sail, completely exhausted, and we leave actually tomorrow to go host our Galapagos group trip. So, oh, here's the music. Ooh, la 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 la. I love it, huh? Okay, we gotta pause for just a second. Oh, it feels so nice. Music, warm weather, I love it all. So where we have the boat is a very remote marina. And so the way it works is we have to, you guys have heard those horror stories about having to go through customs and immigration with your boat and how it can take forever. Well, we are in that scenario. So we got up this morning, the guy who runs the marina took us in his truck to the bus stop. Then we took the bus for a half an hour. And now we're in the town and we've got to get approved or signed in, or what do they call it, for customs and immigration?
We have to get checked in here. This place is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm loving all the colors.
It is. I didn't get to that, guys, because I was so busy telling you all the logistics
This is the
of what we're
Caribbean
doing.
we've been dying to get into. And I know we missed like the whole like Windward Islands, but this is still equally as nice because we're so close to South America that you get that like awesome feel.
You do get that South American vibe, the music and the food and the everything. So.
walking down a bridge here. Look at this really cool bridge. And it's really wobbly, floppy, because essentially it's like pontoons that we're going over. There's a massive bridge way back over there, but that's not the pedestrian bridge. This is one, and then every now and then the actual bridge will move. We've been told. We're not expecting it to move, but it will move beyond this sort of rocking thing around.
Urban legend.
Urban legend. We are now in the middle of a bridge. A bridge too far. Oh, we gotta go. Okay. So this is how they let the bridge in and out. Look at that. It's almost like the bridge is on a motorboat.
It's as if we've never, well, we really haven't seen anything exactly like this, but we've never been on a bridge where they've, sorry guys, we've never been on a bridge where it's actually started moving while we were on it. Like we look back and the whole bridge was moving. This is a pretty cool system.
Yeah, I agree.
Ordinarily that bridge would be going right over there to the other side of the waterway, but right now it's just detaches, floats away, and then they motor back.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Where's the boat though?
It's on the other end.
So this is quite a system, guys. When the bridge opens up, you have the option of taking the ferry across. I'm assuming the bridge is going to be open for a while then. You think I'll get seasick on that? Well, we have watched your vlogs, other YouTube channels. You have said that the checking into a country is a nightmare. We will concur from our first experience. We have been walking around now for about, I don't know, an hour and a half, probably 2 hours, trying to find this place. Everyone sends us in a different direction. Google doesn't seem to have a clue. There's no phone number. So, I think one of those countries that has like 100 islands where you only check in once sounds really good right now. All right, I hadn't really planned on walking this far today, so I didn't wear appropriate shoes, but I always have Band-Aids in my purse because I'm an old lady.
We're rookies at this whole game, and what we're realizing is that when it comes time for customs check-in, it could take half an hour, it could take all day.
It could take 3 days.
It better not take 3 days.
We're gonna miss our flight tomorrow. Maybe we're out of practice. I don't know. This seems pretty hard.
We need a taxi.
All right, we were finally in the right spot. I was so happy when he said, "Okay, go down there." Yes, yes. Maybe we could take a boat back to our boat. They don't care. Yay!
Now this is happy.
So we are done with immigration, which we thought customs and immigration would be near each other, but they're what, a 45-minute walk apart from each other?
We're basically we're 3-4 hours already invested into this adventure.
Look,
we
with
still
the
have to we still have to go visit customs to go clear the boat, and then we have to eat some food after we dance.
How long do you think? Yeah, dancing always makes life easier. So, Will, how long did that process take in there? They were really nice, by the way. But
it was just very long. And if there was another boat or another passengers that were in front of us, we could have been there for like 5 hours.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That we were in there it took at least an hour, right?
Yeah.
And there was no one else in there.
And this is the only spot in the island. So I actually asked them, did we go to the wrong place, except for there's no one here because no one comes this far out place in the middle of nowhere? And he said, no, this is it.
The only place on the entire island?
That's what he told me.
Wow.
When we're going slow, we don't get there. And when we don't get there, we feel even more seasick.
I think we're getting very philosophical this hour. Largo, you know what you should do? What? You should read them your poem that you wrote about the crossing.
No.
Do you have it memorized? Largo is quite a poet.
Yes, I'm quite a poet. Yay.
Good morning, everyone. We got here last night. I don't even know where here is at this point. Just kidding. However, we're going up this dirt road. It's where the guy told us to go when we got lost the first time. We went to the wrong immigration and customs. Apparently that one is for
the right one. Then we came and forgot. We thought we were in the wrong one. Then we went to the wrong one.
Oh, look at that. Okay, I gotta start that over.